Welcome to episode 3 of the Eastside CRE vlog. I'm Rohrbach with Broderick Group, and today I'm going to cover 4 recommendations for tenants as it relates to their office space needs when you're dealing with a market as hot as it is right now on the East Side. A general rule of thumb is that anything with vacancy rates under 10% would be considered a landlord favorable market, and conversely, anything above 10% would be considered a tenant favorable market. However, many other factors come into play when evaluating and negotiating an office lease. The first recommendation of something to consider would be an early renewal. Obviously, many factors would need to come into play in order to execute this strategy. However, if your current office space meets your existing and future needs, and you like where you are, considering an early renewal and locking in your rental rate at the current rates and not subjecting yourself to extreme rental rate increases over the coming 12, 24, 36 months could be a good way to mitigate your expenses and lower your real estate costs. Obviously, you need to have a willing landlord in order to execute this strategy, and you need to be certain that your current location and needs will be met for the long haul. Address future growth needs now. Let's say you have a lease expiring in 18 to 24 months, and you know that at that time you think that you're going to need to double the size of your existing office. Well, getting ahead of it and looking for a larger space today and locking in a longer term lease in that new location at current rental rates can help reduce your overall real estate costs over the next 5 to 10 years. Third strategy or recommendation would be considering downsizing your office space needs. This doesn't necessarily mean that you downsize your headcount or your company size. It just simply means that you're getting into a smaller space that's more efficient, that still meets your individual business's unique needs. When considering a smaller office, something else to keep in mind is to potentially move to a building that has more amenities or common areas that you can access and utilize as a tenant to become more efficient in your overall space needs. Buildings with shared conference rooms, meeting spaces on the first floor, and on-site food options can all help achieve this goal on a greater perspective. Consider relocating to a less expensive submarket, especially if you are currently in the Bellevue CBD. Relocating to a suburban office building could be a significant cost savings to you, especially when you factor into things like free parking. Suburban office buildings are going to have a big delta between the rents that you see in downtown Bellevue and the suburban market. In some cases, this could be as high as $20 a square foot when you also factor in things like parking, like I mentioned earlier. A few of the recommendations and strategies that we use and help our clients utilize to help save money on their office space needs when dealing with a hot landlord favorable market like we're in today. As I mentioned earlier, the average vacancy rate across the entire East Side is at 8%, and rental rates across that market are projected to increase as much as 10 to 20% over the next couple years. As always, I would love your feedback. Make sure to leave comments or ask questions in the comments below, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Rohrbach7, or you can email me at rohrbach@broderickgroup.com. See you next time.